everyone, welcome to the Molchanovs channel. Today we have special guests, Vitomir Maricic and Petar Klovar, who recently set new world record in free immersion discipline and became the deepest freediver in the world.
We have a new
Welcome
world
guys,
record.
happy to see you. Hi. And Petar, the first question is to you. How do you feel being the deepest man on the planet?
I feel pretty much the same, but like with a deepest dive. So for me, it's not a big difference.
Okay. Were you sure about the announcement? Because it seemed quite unpredictable to see that big number.
Yeah, I was sure in the number I gave. I knew that it's going to be hard, that it's not going to be easy dive. But prior to that, I did 128 here, and I did 130 in Croatia, so I knew that I can do it. So I didn't have too much worry about that.
How did I felt? Did you have any maybe equalization problems or apoxia or narcosis?
The dive felt really good. I was a little bit nervous before the dive, so like more or less I did everything purely automatic. Regarding equalization, everything worked perfectly, except maybe mouthfeel. I overcharged it in one moment, and then I like lost a little bit. But everything else worked like almost perfectly.
And how did you celebrate the victory and the record, the dive?
Like after the dive, first I needed to recover really good, but after that we went to apartment and some other guys, and we just like chill a little bit, drink some whiskey as usual. That's the Croatian way of celebrating the PBs and world records.
Vitomir, and you as a coach, were you expecting such a huge dive from Petar?
No, I thought he was going to go 100, and then I saw the announcement. Yeah, of course, it's the plan we made like a year and 4 months ago, and everything was like fitting in perfectly, and so it was a very good decision to go like a bit conservative, but still to be the deepest one. And Petar executed as usual flawlessly, so I couldn't be happier to hear. I was just on the line waiting for my dive, and I was listening to the meters coming up, and then when I heard people cheering, I knew it's a white card. So my dive was much easier after that, and then to be the second in the podium to celebrate with him, it's just the best situation a coach can wish for.
Isn't it hard for you to compete at the same day with your athletes? Doesn't it too nervous?
It is a little bit, because I would like to be there and take care of all the details that are happening around his dive, which was like the priority here. But it is what it is. I like to compete myself and move my limits as well, and I think all together, and we have a team here helping us, so I think it works well this way also.
Okay, good. And how did you prepare for this season? Maybe you can tell us some details, starting from the previous World Championship a year ago. How did you start your preparation?
It was quite similar as before, quite standard, except that there was no work on equalization needed. The Petar is now really brilliant at equalizing, and all he does is like maintenance of the skill. And like continuation of progression in anaerobic and aerobic capacities, brushing up on technique, periodizing well, and then peaking at the right moment. And that's pretty much it. Everything was pretty standard, no big surprises. It was a bit more intensive in the pool this year with really hard equalization drills and depth simulations. So I think that's part of the reason why he's even more comfortable in depth than last year. And I see progress with me as well. So the protocols that we came up with in the pool for dry season and to like improve depth with athletes is really working, not only for us but the other athletes we're coaching. Everyone has progressed a lot this year and this season, so it's definitely important to do the base training, to do the pool training, and then to tailor it specifically for depth if this is where you want to peak at the end of the season.
And what kind of training do you do at the base period except pool? Maybe some gym or some other stuff?
Yeah, mostly like in the base period it's gym and pool training.
And maybe some other stuff. We've seen on Instagram that you like climbing and some other activities.
Yeah, if we have time like to do it, then some climbing. I love more to do some indoor climbing, not so much outdoor, because I realize that is like, for me it's fun and it's a good training. So yeah, I do more of that. I do sometimes bike, but I could do more. Like previous years, I did much more biking. And yeah, whatever comes to our mind, like slacklining, yeah, well, whatever, swimming, like normal one, and maybe running sometimes, but I'm not a fan of it.
Does it help you more mentally, just to take a break from the water, or?
Yeah, of course. Like I cannot go more than 2 to 3 times a week in a pool. For me, that's like my max. So I just do other stuff. If I go more than 3 times a week in a pool, I just start to have a decline in my training and performance. And same thing in the gym, 2 to 3 times a week. It's perfect, and you have enough time to recover between the trainings. Yeah, and these other stuff, they are trainings, but I try not to do them, overdo it too much, like climbing and biking, and it's more like for fun.
And as a former swimmer, how do you feel training in the pool again?
I don't know what to say. Like it's I don't like to do too much pool training. I do it because of the like sea, and so for me it can be like challenging to do pool training. It makes me yeah. I try to avoid it as much as I can. Yeah.
And Vito, are you okay about it that Petar tries to avoid pool?
I would be worried if he didn't. Pool training is hard. I mean, in every training, in every work, in every study, there is some part that you want to avoid, but it's part of the process, I guess. Some things we like more, some things less. I also avoid pool as much as possible, but sometimes you need to do it, and especially in the winter, it's much more convenient than anything else.
Okay, and you guys are quite famous for training a lot in the gym and lifting big weights. Maybe you can share some of your personal bests and some exercises at the gym, maybe squats or.
Oh yeah, we definitely love to share like the usual stuff, bench and squat, and yeah, that's the most important. For me, it's nothing too much. I'm not like too strong of an athlete in a gym. I do my best. I don't know, what do I squat? Maybe 130.
Maybe you can do more.
I can bench maybe 100, something like that. Yeah.
You do more, come on, don't be modest.
Yeah, it's nothing too special for me. He can do more. Yeah.
Oh, he's pretty good. He like deadlifts up to 200 and everything else. I mean, for this phase and in freediving, it's not necessary to do a lot more. It's just a matter of how you do it, not how much you do it. And for me, my PBs there are probably unusually big for a freediver, but I have a year when I was part of a national team in weightlifting. So I don't know, my front squat is 200, my back squat is 200 plus, my clean is 180. Those are probably numbers that would crush any freediver if he even tried like putting it on his shoulders. but that's different. I was an athlete and Petar was an athlete, and probably now it's so hard for people to understand why we're built different and progress, but for them, I guess the easiest way is to explain that we are using some kind of doping, but it's actually hard work and training behind that. And once your body knows how to like maintain itself under such weights, and for example, in training, my weekly tonnage was something around 30 tons of lifts, so that's a lot of kilos, 30 tons a week. And also for a swimmer like Petar, it's a lot of kilometers in the pool, and doing climbing, doing triathlon, doing all the things like gymnastics, circus that I did before. It shapes you differently, and you learn how to train, you understand your body better, and then you can get more from your body. It's just sports science. Some people know it, some people don't know it, but it's very simple once you get to know it.
And what are your plans for the future in freediving? Like, what disciplines do you want to progress more next year? Maybe in fins or CNF?
Yeah, for me definitely would be goal to maybe do more fins, by fins, and I would like to do that absolute record in CNF. I had maybe in plan to do it here, but I don't think I'm like 100%, and yesterday it was a really hard dive, so I think it would be just too much overall. So yeah, that can wait. It's now like I don't hurry anywhere. And with bifins, yeah, of course, to do world record, why not? I think I'm pretty good at it.
And monofin?
Monofin, I think I will need more time to put to it. So I would still love to do free immersion and do CNS and everything else. Honestly, I don't think I can do like 4 disciplines on that high level. I don't see the point. I think I can only if I do all 4, I don't see that I can do it. So good.
And do you want to dive deeper in free immersion?
Yeah, of course.
And how much deeper?
I don't know. I see now that with every meter it becomes harder, but I think then in a couple of years 150 is something real, something I can do.
Can you also share your perfect day in details, like a perfect day of if you have a training in this day?
For training day, I don't know. Sometimes I love to do everything in the same day. So if it's a pool season, then I do in the morning pool. Right after that gym, then something to eat, and then go to on the boulder to do some climbing. And after that, I'm just completely broken, and that's it. That's my perfect.
And what time does your day start?
Oh, pretty late for me, 10 o'clock, 9, 10. Yeah, I don't hurry too much.
Nice. Yeah. Can you maybe tell the biggest lessons you learned from freediving?
Yeah, now I see, especially for the depth, the biggest lesson is really to have some patience. In the beginning, I was always wanting more. Now too, I want more, but it's I have some dosage of. I know my boundaries, so I'm not going with my head through the wall, at least not every time. And I don't think that
Or a helmet.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that I'm invincible. I now see that I can be broken pretty bad. So I try not to get myself into that position. It's not good to destroy yourself completely. It's no good for you or sport.
Okay, thank you guys for being with us, and maybe you can tell some advice to younger athletes who are not at the highest level yet.
Well, if they're athletes already, find the proper coach to guide you for your first year or two, and your progression will be really fast. I'm really sorry that I didn't have any coaching or guidance when I came to the sport. I think I was much stronger in my first 2 years than I am now. But for people who are not athletes, just try courses and take your time. Try standard courses and progress through them. Get experience, learn people, be critical about what you read. There is a lot of things not really researched properly and not talked about properly in freediving. There's many opinions, so people really need to be critical about what they read, about what they hear. And I think pretty soon we're going to have a much clearer image, proven with research, about how to train for freediving and what freediving really is for the body. Hopefully we find out that it's healthy.
Okay guys, thank you so much for coming and good luck at the next competitions.
Yeah, thank you.